All right, I'm back. It's been a while, I know, probably about like 3 months, but I got a good video planned. I'm not gonna do this again anymore, by the way. It's gonna be more consistent. The guy behind the camera's been slacking, so I haven't been able to do things. Anyway, so this video is gonna be kind of like two different things. There's gonna be a lot of information. It's gonna be, I saw these like questions online, like the most asked myths or something like that for laser engraving, or I forget how it was worded, but I'm going to answer those questions from my perspective as a storefront owner of laser engraving. And the other part, I'm just going to kind of break down the difference between the lasers for UV laser, fiber laser, and CO2 laser to hopefully give you, if you're watching this video for that reason, give you direction to which kind of laser you might need for whatever you're trying to accomplish. So let's get started. All right, so the first question that was on there, well, I don't know if it was the first one, but in the order I made it is I won't be able to make a living off laser engraving. Yeah, that's definitely a myth. I mean, you can absolutely make a living off laser engraving. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you can definitely do it. And you know, I pay my employees good. He's giving me side eyes back there, but yeah, I don't really have any like, I'd say like 90% of the people that try to make it a living probably fail. But that's just because, like, number 4 is going to be, the question is marketing will be too hard and time consuming, which is where people fall off, is because they start it, they don't see what they want within like the first 6 months, so then they're just giving up on it, and then they just wasted all the possible potential of creating something that could be very big and support yourself. I support myself off this, and I have a house and I don't know, other things that, you know, I can go on vacations and stuff like that. So that's BS. You can pause. All right, so the next question was, or I guess statement was, laser engraving or laser machines are too hard to use. So I'm going to show you how hard this is to use right now. So pretty much you press that button, press that, and turn this, and then the machine's on. If you think that that's hard, then maybe we think about doing something else other than laser engraving. But yeah, the laser engraving machine is not very hard to use. Now, if you get into like cleaning and stuff, that's still pretty damn simple. I mean, there's tons of videos. And now if like something in the mechanics break, I mean, I like to consider myself a professional and self-proclaimed professional. Yeah, I'd be screwed if something broke with the inside there. I mean, that's just how it is. They have mechanics, and that's why you need good customer support, so you can call and get parts shipped to you. Speaking of great customer support, Amtech, I use them for all my lasers, always have. I just partnered with them, so I have a discount code that I'm gonna put right here. So if you guys get anything on their website and you put my code in, you're gonna get 5% off, which for lasers, when you're spending pretty penny on them, 5% could be a hefty amount. And if you've been following me since I started this, I've been talking good about Amtech since the jump, not because of this. I don't do any of that, I'm not a sellout. I don't just say stuff just to say it. And any of you guys who watch my channel know that. And so yeah, discount code is gonna be right here. And all right, so I think the last question on the list that I pulled off of there is I won't be able to learn the laser engraving software. There is a couple different ones. I'd say Lightburn is probably the most complicated, but over the other one, like the X-Tool one's very simple, but you can't do as much on there as you can on Lightburn. But it's not complicated at all. When you look at it for the first time, you're gonna think this looks like I need an associate's degree in this, but it's, I mean, I teach classes on Sundays here, and by the end of the 2 hours they're in here, they can probably go home and start engraving something. I'm not saying you get it, but yeah, it's not very hard to use. It's a bit of a learning curve to start, but after that you're good to go. All right, so you're thinking about starting a laser engraving business or buying a laser engraver and maybe doing a little side hustle with it or something like that. Now I'm gonna get into the machines and about how much they cost and which ones are probably gonna be good for whatever you're trying to do. Whether, there's definitely people, keep going. All right, had a little delay there. Someone came in, completely forgot I was talking about, so I had to go watch it over. Anyway, talk about the prices of them, how much they cost, and exactly what laser you kind of need for what you're trying to do, whether it's watches or acrylic cutouts or whatever it is. I'm going to kind of break each one of them down to let you know. All right, so first things first is the big one, which is going to be the CO2 laser. So the CO2 lasers they make tabletop ones that are pretty small that you can get. I know Xtool has one. I think Omtech also has one. Yeah, there's some pretty good ones, but for the sake of me having a storefront, I got to put some big things on here and whatnot. But this is really for wood. Like the main thing I would say is probably wood. You can cut wood, engrave wood, you know, you make ornaments and do things like that. It's great with acrylic, cuts acrylic, engraves in acrylic, and you could do leather on here. Glass, which is another big thing, is I don't know, a lot of people will bring in like glass cups and glass bottles and champagne flutes and this, that, and the third, and it all goes on here. So if you do get a CO2 laser, you should probably look into getting a rotary tool also to rotate cups if you plan on doing that. Yetis are huge. Obviously, they go on here. So this does, I'd say, CO2 laser, I'd say does makes the most money, or does the biggest jobs that pay the most, opposed to what I'm going to go to next is the fiber laser. I would say does small jobs fast for quick money. This is something I'll put a piece of wood on here that engraves for 2 hours that is going to cost someone $300, something like that. That'll go on here, so it takes longer, but I'd say that this makes more than anything. But depending on what you want to do, I have a storefront, so I have to do everything. I don't have anything specific. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the CO2. Let's go over to the fiber lasers. All right, so next is going to be the fiber lasers. So, well, fiber laser. There's two fiber lasers. This is a UV laser. I'm going to get into that afterwards. So fiber lasers are really made for metal. However, you can also do leather on them. You can do slate on them. You can do a fair amount. You can't do glass. You can't do acrylics and woods and stuff like that on here. It's only metal, leather, slate. You can do some plastics, things like that. And what I was saying before about fast money, this is an example of how quick it kind of goes. You can go up to it and see. The air is not on, so it absolutely just, my video guy just inhaled all of that. But yeah, that's how fast, that's how fast, yeah. Oh God, I just ate that. Again, just lost track. No, all right, so fiber lasers, very quick. I mean, people will bring in like a, I don't know, a metal necklace or something like that to get the back engraved, and that's essentially how fast I can do it. And that'll be a quick, like, yeah, subscribe. By the way, real quick, button's right there. Subscribe button costs you nothing at all and takes 1 second right here. Helps me out a lot and helps me keep making videos. I know it's been 3 months, but I'm locking back in. I got to dial it in because I don't even want to say I've been busy. I have been, but not busy enough to make videos. I'm just slacking, and I gotta wake up a little bit. Quick money, and it'll do metal. Someone brings in a necklace, do the back of it. I mean, I could do it in maybe 2 minutes. Still tell them like a 2-day turnaround time because I don't want to rush anything. Make like a quick 30-40 bucks in a matter of seconds, essentially, like a minute between typing it in, printing it out, or engraving it. I hate when people say printing it out. I don't know why I just said that. All right, next. All right, so wait a second. We're good. All right, so the last one is going to be the UV laser. I just bought this, I'd say like 3 weeks ago, if that. So I don't have too much professional words to say about it yet because I haven't used it too much, but it does glass phenomenal. This is a 5-watt UV laser. It does, if you're familiar with sandblasting, it actually makes the glass look like it's sandblasted, opposed to the CO2 laser, which still comes out nice on there, but it's not, it's more of a fractured look, opposed to this actually like gets depth on the glass somehow and doesn't break the glass, and it just looks sick. If you've ever seen those like rectangle pieces of glass that are like really thick and then people engrave like 3D images on the inside of them, UV laser does that. But you could also do metal on this. You could do wood on this. I just did a bunch of wooden spoons in like a fraction of the time that the CO2 laser takes me. So I'm still learning it, but you can do wood, slate. I mean, you can do like everything on a UV laser. It's absolutely insane. I love it so far. This is also just convincing myself that the investment was worth it, which I think it was thus far. And the power box is actually super tiny compared to the fiber laser ones over there, but they all have different uses. I mean, that's a 20 watt, that's a 50 watt, and this is a 5 watt UV laser. It is a whole nother learning curve because it's not used, like on light burn, you don't use power, the power comes from the frequency and nerd stuff and more nerd stuff. But yeah, it's not hard to use, just a bit different than I'm used to. So eventually I'll make a pretty in detailed video about this, but this is a Cloud Ray. So far so good, no complaints with Cloud Ray. Good customer support and everything so far. So that's kind of it for the 3 main lasers: fiber, UV, and CO2. The only one I'm leaving out is a diode laser. I mean, that's like great to start with. You can I don't know, I started with one, but if you plan on making a business out of it and doing things like that, I wouldn't get it. Yeah, I would just go right to a CO2 laser and save your money. I mean, you could buy a diode for like 150 bucks just to get used to it and kind of see what a laser does. But if you plan on doing something, invest in a good laser or a semi-decent laser to start. Don't just start with some crap off from China or something. All right, I want to give a little, got a new pickup truck, so I kind of wanted to show it off a little bit. Spent a lot of money on it, so. All right, so this is my new TRD Pro 2025 iForce. Pretty cool. Really irrelevant to anything going on in this video, but I just wanted to show it to you because I love it. It's really cool. I don't have my keys, so you guys can Google images of what it looks like, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. I definitely have a lot more planned. I'm going to do something on the UV laser. I'm going to do all that stuff. But that's it. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and actually let me know what lasers you guys are using. Like, what are you buying? Like, I want to know what you guys like and what you do so that I can kind of direct videos to help you the best I can on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So yeah, subscribe, like, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will not be in 3 months. It'll be, it's probably mad noise coming out of my mic right now. I'll go back this way. Anyway, that's the end of the video. All right, take care.